Hi everyone. Welcome to the Soap Bar Podcast brought to you by the TV Cave. This is where you will get me and Neen's thoughts on our stories, our soap operas, and we'll just touch on the ones that really hit us, down in the soul pocket. So I am Ashley Sheree, and this is
Hey y'all, it's your girl Denise.
Okay, let's get into it. So there was really no breaking news like that. The only thing that I forgot to mention last week was that Stacy, who plays Kristen Demare on Days of Our Lives, will be returning to Young and the Restless playing Patty Williams. Now, they did not state if it's, I don't think she's leaving Days. I really don't. I feel like it's going to be another Wally Curve situation where,
Mhm.
doing double duty and, Days tape soap. I know I say this all the time, but they do. They tape damn near a year in advance. Like these actors could really like do a lot of different stuff, I feel like. So, but Stacey was a great Patty. She did double duty as well during that time. So I'm intrigued to see how it's going to work out. I know some people are like, "Oh, Paul Williams." No, I don't need Paul Williams coming back. Yeah, I just don't. We good without him. Okay, what we need to see is some more of these kids that these people have on the canvas coming and showing up, like Reed, like Faith, like Moses, like Maddie and Charlie. And I'll just leave that there because it sure is restless, but it ain't young. So, now let's get it started. We're gonna go into Beyond the Gates, BTG. So of course, Chelsea and Madison, I really do like them as a couple. I think they're so cute. May Chelsea be impulsive, of course, but I don't know. It's just something about them. And me and Nene, we talked about this last week that really like works for me.
Um,
Um, I don't know, but they told people about their engagement. Of course, here come Bill with his reservations. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like they're moving very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I feel like Bill is going to be looked at as the bad guy for saying like, "Hey, what's going on?" Raising all this alarm, and then of course Danny's the fun parent. Oh, I love it. Yes, this is so nice. Oh, I can look at the ring. She has good taste. Like, yeah,
It
Danny, we
was
know
real.
you're super excited, but let's also recognize the fact that it's moving quickly. But as we talked about last week, that's common
Yeah.
in a lesbian relationship.
That's the thing. Like I said, I know some people who said that this is normal. So it's just like, okay, so maybe I do feel like BTG is also one of the soap operas that kind of more so stay true to real life in some aspects. Not all, y'all. Don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. Not all, but just, some. So I definitely agree with that. And yeah, Bill can come across as looking as the bad guy. Just I also think a lot of it has to do with Bill's character too, as well. Like, I'm sorry, after you cheated on my mama and married my sister's best friend, you can't tell me nothing.
You can't tell me nothing because nothing that you are saying am I taking it seriously.
Exactly. Exactly. So like I get it, and I'm not to say that he was wrong to have his reservations at all. Like that's his daughter. Of course he's concerned. He felt like this came out of nowhere and fast just because, you guys were just on the brink of a breakup and I told you she was about to leave and now you guys are engaged. So I get it, but also like
Yeah.
your actions, it can't really. I'm just saying. Um, but what tripped me out too with Bill is just like, I hate that Bill just think he could just come up into Danny's house. Like, but then again, Danny used to do the same thing. So like there I go. Like I can't
It's literally like the boundaries that should be existing among the two of them is not there.
at all. At
It's
all. And I could see why like Andre and Haley, I have to include Haley in this too, if she wasn't, trying to be a Black Widow.
nah.
But that would be annoying too. Like, why did your ex-wife think she could just walk up in my house like that? And I did love how Andre was like, "Oh hell nah." I thought that was like funny
You
as
talking
hell.
about just irritated with his presence. Let him know what you popping up at my house for. What you got to talk to my wife about. Like,
Yes, and
but
then from
then
oh,
you know
you
what was so funny to me is that when they got the phone call about Haley and everybody, we've talked about this like black families, I don't know in general. I don't know, but I know black families. Like it don't matter if we beefing, it don't matter. let something happen. She all right. She
Yep.
good. All right, y'all let me know. Y'all let
You,
me know what's going on. Like
everything stops, and then once they're okay, we go back to
we
like,
go
I
back.
can't
We
stand
go
them.
back. Like Naomi at the hospital, like, at the end of the day, we family.
Yep, yeah, Naomi was saying that. Like, girl, you was just chewing her out a couple of weeks ago.
Crack.
Rolling your eyes when you saw her.
Andre and Danny standing there looking all concerned. Oh, she all right? Like, fuck her.
Danny
Like,
was like, "Oh my God, what?" Like,
we are hilarious, baby. We don't fuck with each other, but can't nobody fuck with us.
that's
That's
the
how it
thing.
is.
That
Like
is the thing.
that's how it is.
That
Like
is the thing. We do not play with that. Oh my God. And also real quickly too, I have to go back, talk about, him calling Danny his wife. Bill calling. I said, Bill, if you don't sit your words down
it be rolling off the tongue so easily.
too easily. After how you treated her, now it's my wife, and I'm very happy that Audrey was like ex-wife. Like, bro, like no, 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 no,
That is
no.
my cinnamon apple. What you talking about? Like
This mine over here, bruh. Like, stop playing with me. But yeah, I did think those scenes were like, really, really good. And I also like how Danny is going back into modeling too. Like, I do
yeah.
like that. I love. I couldn't know, but we're gonna skip ahead into Friday just for a moment because the way that freaking reporter had the audacity to go in on Danny was insane. Talking about stretch marks, like, are we serious right now? I couldn't believe it, but I loved how she came back, turned that around, and flipped it on that ass. Stop playing with me. What did you think about that scene too, though?
I feel like it was so realistic, and one of the things that like models deal with as far as like coming back or like body esteem issues. Like when
Yep.
we even go back to like America's Next Top Model, like the women who were deemed as plus size, like you're like, are y'all really
Mm-hmm.
plus size? Like that stigma on a size zero. So I'm glad that they put like emphasis on it.
Yeah.
It was very, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the realistic approaches that the storylines take make you cringe, but like real life make you cringe. So
Talk about it. It's like that is so true because it's sometimes I do love when shows hold up a mirror and be like,
yeah,
"This is how y'all look." Like, because even Loki, this is just as off topic, but still on topic at the same time. Like when I look at other fandoms, I'm like, "Oh my God, what did soap fandoms create?" I was like, "Oh, we were this bad." Oh Lord, you know what I'm saying? And we are like, it is.
we go hard.
We do, we do. And I also wanted to see like too, like the whole Lynette and Haley situation too. Like I do feel like Lynette is a character that is kind of needed in a certain type of way to kind of push the story along with Haley and Randy. So I'm not hating it. I thought her idea of basically beating up Haley was chef's kiss.
You know, I agree. I feel like she's a soapy character. Like she's
Yes.
very like even her mannerisms when she was at the hospital and putting the glove back on and
Lisa her looking
like they gonna find me. Like,
Mhm.
okay, okay. Like and she's animated, which is really nice for this type of work.
Yes, I completely agree. I do think she should have roughed Haley up a little bit more just to make it.
You wanted to see Haley be roughed up a little bit more. You can
Yeah,
say
like she should have kicked her.
that.
Yeah, I'm just saying just to make it look even more believable. But of course, like Randy did try to warn her, like, yo, she was selling on mama, so you need to be aware. And Randy was right because the next thing she come up is like, can you get my charges dropped? But Haley's like, I can't do that, but I could try and get you a hotel room. And of
Like, you
course,
understand.
Bill got the hotel room. So yeah, but like you said, I think it is a character that is needed for Haley. She's very soapy. I'm actually enjoying her. So we shall see, essentially where this goes to. And then of course we got Leslie Dana, Honolulu Sherry, and here she go, Taunt and Shanice. I just really, and I keep saying this, I appreciate Leslie Dana, Honolulu Sherry more when she's with Joey or when she's with Malone. I can
Okay.
barely tolerate her with Eva, but for some reason with those two, I can't, and I can, and I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe. maybe it's because it's just like I feel like those are the only characters when it comes to her that can top her and make her, sat down type of this. I don't know. Mm,
Mm, mm, mm. You feel like they the only ones to give her a bang for her buck,
yeah.
like a run for her money. Just I sound so old school today, but y'all know what them mean.
You know what we mean.
If you hear for soap wire, you know what those things mean. Okay,
Period.
but like
Period.
literally, they the ones they stand up to her in a way and give her it back. So like it makes
Exactly.
a difference. Like I don't think the other characters are like. I feel like they just like roll their eyes and be over it. But the more you roll your eyes and be over it, the more you make her feel like keep going.
Exactly. Like she has the right, like, because even when she was going back and forth with Vanessa, at one point I did
Yeah.
feel like Vanessa was doing good, and then all of a sudden it's like, like
Like
that's
she
what
be
I.
over it because she gonna keep going. Like
Yes, it's with
whatever.
everybody else besides those two men, like everyone else, and I just feel like and that's part of like my biggest, contention with that whole entire situation. So, because
Yeah.
even when I don't want to bring up Anastasia yet, but we'll talk about that. That's definitely coming, but um they
But
were, able to go back and forth. She was able to go
yeah.
back and forth with Anita, which I felt like made it even better. And then when you look at Leslie, Dana, and Lulu, they go back and forth, but it always feels like Leslie always wins the battle. And I think like that's my problem because like why can't any of these other black women that she terrorizes ever have the one up? Because even as she was going in on Shanice, it just felt like then it felt at one point Shanice kind of kowtowered to what she was saying, and I'm like,
Mhm. I feel like they enable it because they like, okay, this is her behavior. You know, like that's
yeah,
just the way she is. But that's not okay.
it's not. And I have to like, I'm gonna walk away unless you argue with yourself, because that's gonna
Yeah.
make you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they never make her look stupid, which is this is just my whole problem. But anyways, and then also,
My my
uh,
question for you.
mhm,
Do you feel like her and Joey's chemistry is only sparring partners?
I feel like it could be more. There's
Agree.
a possibility for that. There could be something there. I see like a little there, but that could really be another like love hate type of shit
Yeah,
going.
we shall see.
That's what I did. Um, and also just the Madison, she turned down her fellowship. We learned this after they were telling the Grands about their engagement and all that other stuff. What did you think of her turning down her fellowship for Chelsea?
I feel like it's gonna come up at another time. Oh, I did this for you. And I feel
Yeah.
like if she didn't get the ring, she wouldn't have done it. But
Hmm.
then she was like, no, I already had this like in my mind. And I just feel like it's gonna turn into some resentment stuff. But I don't really want them together anyway. So it's like,
You know
I
what?
told you that.
You did, but sometimes I'm like,
Oh, I just
I know Chelsea's immature.
yeah.
I know she has some growth.
I feel like I feel like Madison is very mature, but
Hmm.
I don't think that she's boss enough to bring it out of Chelsea.
I can see that because she's a little like her personality is kind of a little bit more chill, a little
Yeah.
bit more calming. Like sometimes you need not to shake you, but just kind of be like,
Like she
nah.
not gonna check her.
Yes, thank you.
Like she's not gonna check her. Like
That's the better word is instead of me having a shaking. That's the and I do agree with that. Even though Chelsea was like, no, like please don't do this off of me. Like we can make this work. But sometimes too, I feel like when people in relationships are kind of like stuck in their ways and they make a
yeah,
decision that's pertaining to them personally within their relationship, they can get stubborn, especially if they really want to make it work. So.
agree.
And also my girl on the code continuing letting her inhibitions go.
She
Yes, freedom.
dancing and emphasizing. She's dancing and emphasizing. I do want to point out um the significance behind like her date with Kyle and like just
Garden.
her saying that she was able to tap into like her Haitian culture and like the
Hmm.
importance of it and her like being able to actively participate in picking the music, the dances. Like
I love that for Daphne.
this is the culture that we've been talking about, especially during Black History Month and having to like search for Black stories.
Yeah.
So I
I
just thought that was really nice.
No, I agree. And like people know that Daphne, who plays Nicole, she is Haitian as well. She don't play about her Haitian side. Like Daphne does not play that. So I do think it was nice of them to give a nod to Daphne's heritage too as well. And then also lay like a little, Haitian knowledge in there. Like, yeah, I went to Haiti for this and that and the other. I
Yeah.
was like, that was cute. So yeah, and I do appreciate the culture that they always, do when it concerns like, BTG. Like they don't
Hmm.
lack on that. So, but I just people and now the people on Twitter, shout out to Mama Joyce for that one. If you're a real one, you already know Real Housewives of Atlanta. So the people on Twitter, some of them feel some type of way about Nicole and Carlton, which I think is like super weird. Ted has also slept with two other people since the marriage ended. Why is it weird for Nicole, who actually told Carlton, I want to be free. I'm not trying to get locked down. I just had a 30 plus year marriage. Like, I still want to see what's out there. But y'all over there feeling some type of way about it, which I think is freaking weird. Like, for what? Like, I'm sorry. I'm always gonna ride with Nicole, especially you know me. I'm always like, black woman is black woman that. I don't give a goddamn. Why can't she live her life to the fullest? And Ted has already been living his life to the fullest. She hasn't slept with anyone else since she married that man. Like, but
Hmm.
she's a hoe.
No, she's living out fantasy. She's living out freedom. This is dating. Like,
Yep.
and you know what? And you know, I get upset. Like dating and courting and intention and just everything is different. Like it's not
Yeah.
all the same. And I feel like you just automatically expect for her what to get married to Carlton. This is the first man that she's been with outside of her marriage. Like let that
Yes.
lady shop around. Like
Thank you. Like it was like they want her to be locked down with Carlton
yeah.
already. And the way Carlton came in there is super possessive. That's some ish that I wouldn't like. Like, cause one, you think you talking to is
She
one.
don't want to be kept. She'd have been a kept woman for 30 plus years. She don't want to be
And look how
kept.
that
She
worked
want to
out
be
for
free.
her. He wound up having a baby on her. Let me be free. And one thing I will give people though, they were like, oh, but she was judgy for everybody else. All right, bet. I'll give you that. I will give you that. She was judgy. I'll give you that. But now she's flipping the script. She wants to do her own thing. Her sister is super supportive about her doing her own thing. So is Vanessa. So let her get hers. Shoot.
Mhm.
Everybody else do. Why can't she? That's like the way I kind of look at it. But I'm happy she, spread it wide for Kyle, Dr. Rowlands, and, Carlton was just jealous as ever, which I'm just like, but she was honest, so you can't really do that. Um, and this is why I always state too, I always tell my friends and tell myself, be honest about what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for a relationship, let that be known. If you're just looking to have fun, let that be known. For me personally, as a woman, I always like to know what I'm getting into. If you tell me, don't catch no feelings, this is just, we just doing this and da da bet. Because if I catch feelings, who that falls on? Me. And then I always have to go back like, damn, wait, this motherfucker on me. So like that's like kind of how how I look at it. This man spent 30 years pining for her, not the other way around. That's on Carlton. And that's just what I said, and that's just what I say about that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Also Anita, she continued to help with the debutante ball. I think that I just love it. I think it's amazing getting more ingrained like in that culture. Even though I think Jessica Harris is her name. She's a little Aggie, but I'll leave that there. And I really like the Balcony family. Anastasia
Mm.
and Francesca.
I
I
love
feel
the hair. Oh, like let's give it up for the hair.
yes,
Girls were beautiful this last week. Just like
popping.
the texture, the detail, the luxurious, like just dripping black excellence and coconut oil. Like I've seen it. Come on, ladies.
Like this is me and I am here. But I just feel like that's the rivalry family that we needed. You know, a Newman versus like Abbott type of situation. You know, like I'm
Hmm.
just so here for it. So Demiras versus everybody. You know, so like I just love it, and I just really hope that they continue to invest in this. One of my biggest wishes is that they really show the debutante ball, and it makes it like a huge event, and
Yeah,
then something happens. That's what I'm hoping for. I think the biggest upset would be if Jessica wins the debutante ball, which is what I want.
I feel like if it would be another Winterfest, like don't hype me up
No,
and we don't see it. I want to see white. I want to see gloves. I want to see tuxes. I want to see it all. I want to see the dance. I want to see it.
girl, this same. Please don't do us like, because I do feel like what is it, when the anniversary party for Nicole and Ted was good. Like that lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
That fest, absolutely not.
I
Not in the
never seen it.
slightest.
I never seen it. I saw Kiki.
Okay. And then also the last topic, so is like the whole hospital. So basically, Carlton was out there taking out his anger on Shanice. I was like, bro, calm
But I
down.
was
Ted
very
had to
proud of
step
her
in.
for saying something. Like I was very proud of her for speaking up. And then like, how do you feel about Ted jumping?
I
And
think it was needed. Ted get on my last effing nerve, but I feel like this time it was right because he was going too far. So not only, and I felt like it not only had to do with Shanice and him like dealing with her, I also felt like it also had to do with him knowing Carlton and just being like, bro, like you good, like you cool, and I think he just said he's like you good, like because he was doing too much, like. You do. I agree with Shanice. You need to leave that stuff home. Like you're in a
yeah,
hospital now.
yeah.
It's a lot of things going on. You chose to date a woman who's newly out of a marriage. That's on you. Who said that she would be ready to be locked down so quickly?
But
But
then
don't
you in
bring her
there talking
here.
to Nicole like rainbows, butterflies, and sunshine. No.
Yep.
Keep the same energy if this is how
That
you feel.
is true because he flipped the script when he went to see her, and then when he saw Shanice again, he was back being an a-hole, even
Hmm.
after Nicole and Ted had already spoken to him too. So like, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that was like a whole thing. But Dr. Leia, I like you, girl. I don't know, it's something about you. I'm ready to see. She's a B on wheels, but I like that. Sometimes I do like when women in power are a little bit more of a B because it's just like, what is all of this muckiness going on in my damn hospital? And if I want to take OR3, I'm taking OR3. I said what I said. Because if it was a man doing that, then it would be a whole different
Be a
thing.
problem. Hmm.
You would let that
They
still
wouldn't be saying nothing.
nothing.
He's being authoritative. Oh, he's dominant. But
He's
oh, us,
handling
we
his
angry.
business.
We angry and bitter.
Like, what's your problem? And people are like, what's up? Why she has it in for Carlton? No, because she had a slick comment for Nicole too. Y'all didn't peep. She was slick as hell too with Nicole. Y'all didn't, she made like her a little bit more, but she did be slick with her. But I'm excited to see how, this, Layla Doctor is going to like fit in. I
Hmm.
feel like she's a villain. But yeah, we'll definitely see how this works out. Do we have anything else for BTG?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
All right, so let's mosey it right on along to Bold. Bold and Beautiful that is. So of course, like Bridge caught Taylor and Deacon, and of course he went in and his usual spill and all of that stuff. And y'all already know how I feel about that because I'm like, bro, you don't got no leg to stand on here. Period. But essentially she
Oh,
gives
yeah.
in
And
and
she's talking
it's
about,
like,
I've been
okay.
wanting you to, she was like, I've been wanting you to commit to me for years. I've been wanting a commitment for years. Like, and he's finally giving it to me. You can't tell me who to love. One thing about soap operas is like, they say that LOVE word so dang on
Yeah.
quick.
Nope. Nope. They don't give it time or anything. They just like soon as they get attention or a kiss, I love
I
you.
love them. They love me. Like let the delusions lose sometimes. Like,
Yeah, like it's okay, like calm down. Like I agree with that because I'm like, y'all just really started getting to the nitty-gritty of like everything. You know what I'm saying? So like it is a little bit rushed, of course, but soap opera's gonna rush things, especially Bold. That's just like, what they do, and then things go out in a whimper. But anyways, that's that's nor here or there. And then of course, like Taylor goes and tell everybody that, well, Steffi, that she's not going to be dealing with Deacon anymore. So, but that's a lot. They'll be back, yeah, of course. But it did also make me feel bad for Teller because it's just been
Mm.
this incessant triangle for 3 decades, birthing 3 kids and still getting nothing out of it. But at some point in time, I'm like, Teller, you need to stand up. Me personally, is this relationship inappropriate? Of course, but would I
Mhm.
have ventured in it first without him ending his marriage to the crazy psycho who pumed me and my daughter and my daughter's husband? No. I was like, you gotta leave her first before we even broach this, situation. And
Yeah,
also, I won't be your doctor. So, yeah, just,
agreed.
just,
I mean,
stay in
like I would
that.
say, like that's the one thing that Ridge had a point about. Like, is this a session? Like
Hmm.
when are y'all meeting up? Him bringing up Sheila, like
Yep.
he did have a point with that because I don't know. You feel like Taylor don't have no loyalty.
I mean, but loyalty to who? Because no one really had
Yeah.
loyalty to her as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I feel like it's kind of tricky because do I feel like loyalty would include Steffi in this situation? No. But then when you hear Steffi's part, it's just like, okay, I see how this is an extension of you being in danger. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, because Sheila is crazy. She's always been crazy. That's her husband's biological mother. So, yeah, it's just tricky. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that part. So, yeah, I don't really know. What do you think when you
I feel like I was thinking about her loyalty to like Steffi,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and then she don't have to have no loyalty to like Red. She don't have to
yeah.
have no loyalty to Sheila. But then it's like I feel like Steffi is also very extreme. I voiced that before too. So we shall
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah, well,
being shown.
yeah. Yeah. That's where it's like that's what I say that's where it's like the tricky part because Steffi, they thought Finn was dead. Steffi didn't even remember her own youngest son at one point in time because it was so traumatic when she got pumed by Sheila that she didn't even remember Finn or her last child. And that I still watched the episodes. Some episodes was good. Like Jackie was doing her big one during that time. But yeah, I could definitely see that too. And Sheila was just being weird as hell with Deke too. Like, what was that? Why would you say that? Did you see that?
I've been off Sheila since she was shopping that fish last week. Like, but
Talking
I also
about
feel like she knows some stuff going on, like she's spiraling.
yeah, and she can't pinpoint what it is. And then Deacon saying he don't want to, do anything. And that was also like one of their attractions. Is like they like boinking.
Hmm.
So now your man don't want to boink. It's like I can see if like y'all didn't boink like that, that would be different. But if that's your thing, it do start to be like, like what's going on
There's
here?
something going on.
Exactly, exactly. And then Deke does find Dylan and he offers her, a job. Of course, Will finds out, brings her back, brings Electra in, and then Ivy comes, tells her point of view, and then basically Electra broke up with her. I just think at this point, Electra is extremely immature. Um, I just felt like it didn't warrant an ultimatum. That may just be me because I'm already annoyed with the situation too. I do stand by. I think that if Ivy really wanted to do something, she should have busted in that door with Will and Dylan was there instead of just accosting Dylan alone because it takes two.
Okay.
If you deem that it was inappropriate. But it's just weird. I think it's making me not really like Electra too, because I just feel like she's doing too much, and it's making me like Dylan. And Dylan is more reasonable to have a triangle with Will and RJ anyway. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. What did you think about that whole situation too?
I mean, triangles are really good within soap operas
Hmm.
anyway. But I
Yeah.
feel like you said it's a little beneath RJ, would you say?
No, I said I could see that a better triangle would be between Electra, No, not Electra. Will, Dylan, and RJ versus a quadrangle with Electra in it because I'm not even
Okay,
feeling her.
because I was thinking about the age when you said that, and I thought you had said that like he was too old to be doing it.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
no, no,
like,
no, no, no.
okay, because I was like, huh, is this beneath him? That's why I asked. Like,
No, 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 no. I just felt like because I feel like the girl Dylan, I don't know. I kind of like her. She's a little bit too soft for me too. I need her to stand up. But
mm.
but that's the thing too. When characters start doing things that you don't like, you start to gravitate towards the other character, and I feel like that's what's happening too a lot
What
because
were some of the things you feel like you didn't like?
Um, Electra and Ivy is like the being of my existence. You already know I feel like she should have confronted them both. Telling her she needs to leave town,
Yeah.
finding somebody who can stay in their house. Like it was just a little bit like too much. And then I also felt like Electra went too far giving an ultimatum. That girl was never your friend if you're just gonna automatically think the worst of her. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So like, and granted, I understand that that's your aunt telling you this, but I do feel like she should have been more conflicted and been like, I need some time to sit with this.
So you don't feel like she looked at it for her own character, like you.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no. She just
I,
like I feel like she just falls in line with whatever anybody says. She doesn't really centrally think for herself.
and I feel like for me, I was giving Electra a little bit too much grace after everything that happened with Will. Like I just
Hmm.
felt like he got a bad deal, so she got the bad deal. But
True,
I feel like that's also taking away accountability.
true, true, true. And you're right too because of the whole Remy situation. So how she views
Yeah.
friendship could be a little bit more skewed. But at the same time, this girl is homeless. I'm gonna,
That pizza out the garbage though, like that was I I
you're
was
like,
like,
have you
no.
been on the street, girl? Like,
She was eating it so slow, and I'm like, y'all gonna sit here and make us watch her eat it slow.
yeah, definitely didn't want to, see that either. So that was like, from the
Okay.
garbage. It's just
But
I don't really like this. I mean, I don't want to say I don't really like the storyline. It's okay.
okay.
I just think Lecter and Ivy are getting on my last nerve because
Okay.
I just don't get it. I think that's my problem. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. But and then also the last part is Daphne and Carter got married in a surprise wedding. What was your thoughts? They look like they're trying to have a baby as well.
Yeah, because she was like, well, we want to know in 9 months. I'm a girl, is you pregnant? But we're trying. Okay, well, we don't know yet, Daphne. Like,
Calm down.
I got so excited. Like, oh, is this what's going on? Yeah, they didn't give it to us. But I don't know. I thought they looked beautiful. I think she looked beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it was her dress was very elegant, like just like simple, like
Mm-hmm.
um. But the whole like baby thing threw me off. I'm like, okay,
Brushed, right?
very much so.
Yeah. That's bull for you. Because I was like, where did this baby thing come from? But okay, that's
Because I'm like,
what's
she's like, I mean, we're trying. She was like, well, 9 months from now. I'm a damn. She was pregnant when she got married. Like,
probably. I heard some people on the internet or the people on Twitter basically
yeah.
saying too that they need someone who's not related, to have a kid. And I was like, "Oh, I wonder if that is the push as well."
I mean, like
'Cause
black babies. Come on, black babies.
how about
Like,
like
that's what I'm
babies?
saying.
Because they do always have to like bring in somebody, be that has no ties to the past or whatever and make up the story because everybody is essentially related. So
Right.
get that part. All right. So is there anything else for Bode?
Not that
All
I know.
right, moving on along to Days of Our Lives. So one of the biggest things that I'm excited about is basically Eli told his grandmother, Julie, that he will be, moving back home to Salem with Lonnie and the twins. I'm so excited. They're like one of my favorite black couples. So I'm excited about that.
And the timing is so, with everybody switching out.
Yep. Don't even get me started with that. Ooh, child.
Y'all
So
legit switching out.
oh, also they did state the the girl, the young lady who plays Holly, her name is Ashley as well. I think over the weekend or maybe like Monday, like last month of last Friday, Thursday, something like that, she stated that she filmed her last episode, 222 episodes of Days of Our Lives, and that she's done and thanking everybody and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's a bummer. So, we'll see. But I'm super excited about Eli and Lonnie coming back. They are that couple, and as one couple comes back, another character and his kids are leaving for a little bit. So Chad, Billy Flynn's last air date is actually February 17th. So I believe that this will drop after his last air date, but it is confirmed that him and also the two children who play his children are also leaving. Carrie Christopher, who plays his son Thomas, he's been in the movies too, and he's going to be in an Amazon Prime show. So he's definitely out. I think this may be until the dude that played Chance comes in. So he's out, which is crazy. I did love Billy Flynn as Chad. I think he did an amazing job as well. So he's taking the kids to Phoenix on a road trip, and they're going to go visit Sonny and Will. I was like, woo, woo, woo. So he's out, and also Stephanie and Alex, adoptive cousins, got married with none of their family there, which was very weird
Which is
because
surprising.
yes, super surprising because like Kayla and Patch Steve are just like they were the one of the top couples of soapdom
Yeah.
back in the day in the 80s. So they're not even there for their child's wedding, which was super weird. Also Adrian and Justin. Justin is the biological father of Alex, but Adrian was his adoptive mother. So like even not having Justin there was just weird. I don't know what's going on with Soaps and these cousin-ishness and how they just want to, keep on together, but whatever. And it boggles my mind. So you got rid of Chanel and
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, but kept
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie and Alex.
Mm-hmm.
N-
But
the-
thought we would be okay because Alani and Eli was coming back.
exactly. But the crazy thing is nobody wants this. I see no Stephanie and Alex fans. None. I have not. And people feel some type of way about them putting cousins together. It doesn't matter if they're adopted. They're still cousins. I don't know why I have to say this all the time. I don't maybe it's a black thing. I don't know. But then also Kristen takes Rachel out of Bayview, which could also affect her case. I gotta get, your view on this. What are your thoughts?
Um, I don't know. I feel like she wasn't finished healing. I feel like it was more work to be done. I feel like Sophia played a really big role in her progress and what she was actually getting out of it. I feel like her time there was tampered with.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. And I feel like Kristen is also another impulsive character.
Yeah.
Because I do believe she believes she has the best interest of her daughter at heart. But it's just like, girl, your daughter did pum pum her uncle.
Yeah.
So like she does need help. She's also
And she did other stuff, It was
yes,
like it
she
wasn't.
helped kidnap Ava. She also almost killed what's that child's name? Sarah. So like it's not like a one-off. Like it's kind of like a continuation. So yeah. But then also now Kristen is gonna be living with Brady for a
Yeah.
month. That's gonna be a mess.
Interesting. Very interesting.
That it is, and then also it's just like you already know that she tried to raise, Tate on her own at one point. She like took him. It's just like why I get it with soapdom, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, let's like why would I even want to have, my son would probably have issues with this woman being in the house when at one point in time she, tried to raise me as her own. It's just things like that I, think
Yeah.
about. Um Also, like EJ looks like he's going more into his dark side. He has his father's ring. It's not a replica. Dr. Rolf told him this is yours, and so there's that. Also, I think for me, still dealing with the whole like Gabby Stefan thing that also intrigues me as well. I think she's low key
Yeah.
kind of like suppressing all of that things that she's going through with that. And then the last part of days would be Holly. Did you see this episode?
Which one when they got into it and she went
Yeah,
crazy?
yeah,
Yeah.
she went crazy because
She said,
basically
why
y'all
you asking about my man?
bitch
Why
like
you
it's
asking
like,
about him? She
whoa.
like, grandma was just, so don't play. Don't play when it comes to my man. Like,
I was like, girl, like
she ain't say nothing wrong.
nothing. That was insane. I was like, oh, them fans was playing with her. So essentially what Sophia did is she made sure that her beauty supplements dropped and she switched it and then the hospital said, oh, we have it for you. So basically Holly took something that she had no business taking. And then the next thing you know, she is just going off. When she went to her Greekdom mixer, social events, and Rush, Black Greekdom is different because we don't do no Rush shit. So like I was like, I'm always like, what the fuck is a Rush? But that's their thing. So yeah, y'all do that. Y'all have fun. So I was just like, okay, but that whole she like ripped her a new one like completely out of the
She
blue.
did. And then Gabby shined from the entire situation. Like,
And the thing
not
is,
Gabby and Ari shine. I'm like, Gabby shine. Gabby and Ari shine.
yes, yes. Gabby Sheik came through for Ari, basically.
It's
But
like, yeah, that's my mom.
the thing is, she was trying to like,
She's gonna be a good
save
friend.
Holly.
Yeah, she really was trying to go be a good friend. And Holly ran to her man.
Hmm.
I was like, see, talk, sometimes we just need a hug. Like, I'm
You see
that
it?
father.
And then, sometimes men don't know how to be supportive. Like, well, then, ever you just thought like, it's just, that's not what I needed to hear right now. And sometimes that's why best friends are better to talk to than your man, because sometimes they get it a little bit more. For being a woman, it's just like you don't say that. Don't say
I don't want to be corrected. I just want to be heard. Just tell me
yes,
you right. Like couple therapists
yes.
here, couple therapy. Here we go. Okay, little gym, y'all. So when you're having these conversations with your partner, you can ask straight up, like, what is it that you need from me in this moment? What do you want? Like, what do you want to hear? Do you want me to
Mhm.
correct you? Like, what do you want? Or starting the conversation. I just want you to listen. That was no affront.
Because I think
Like,
sometimes when you offer a correction, people automatically shut down.
yeah, because you look at
Like,
me like I'm a problem. So now I'm self conscious. You judging.
yep, exactly. Now I don't want to talk no more. Thank you, but this just what I was
Like
looking
I do
for.
need to talk.
So yeah, I'm intrigued by this. That's a good storyline. So we'll see. And I do feel like Sophia mixing up the drugs and medication was also like a nod to old symptom. Like this is things that they used to do in the past. And I think that's why I always enjoy it so much because it just screams past soapdom. It
Hmm.
screams that Sophia is a vixen. Like I don't see her as evil. I see her more so as a vixen.
Yeah, she antagonized. Like she be
Yep.
messy and mess with you.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. All right, y'all. So
We
you
must be
already,
down hospital. That's what
yeah.
that's what I could be at that, y'all.
So moseying right on along to General freaking Hospital. So of course, like Portia wound up taking the test, and Ballhead Scallywag wound up being a pappy, which I
And the
hate.
streets are
Boo,
upset.
tomato,
The streets are upset
tomato.
with this one.
You saw? Is it a lot of people? I thought it was just me and a couple people I know.
When it gets to the Facebook, that mean the grandmamas and the aunties and the mamas, they upset too.
They upset too. We
They
never
upset
agree
too.
on Facebook.
They upset too. They said that they need now another storyline for Isaiah. They said, why would y'all do this to Isaiah? And I think it's
Oh,
because they like Isaiah. Yeah, they
yeah.
upset too.
Listen, y'all, the people on Twitter and TikTok never really agree with Facebook, so that's crazy that even Facebook is like, absolutely not. Because, yeah, like, first of all, I just really don't appreciate how this bald-headed man, keeps talking about Portia like that wasn't his wife at one point. And also, like, it just feels like him and Jordan they acting like she's just an incubator. Like she's not that child's mother. I understand you can have issues with her. Portia's a liar, like I always say, but Curtis is a hypocrite, and he's no better.
Yeah, because he not finna stay with Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely not. I always say this, Curtis needs to be with a white woman. I think that he just aligns better with them and he does have better chemistry with them. So like that's just what I stand on. And then you have a man like Isaiah. Okay. You know, the sweet nothing that he's constantly throwing in Portia's ear. I'm like, this is what I need. And also get Trina out of their story. What the hell? She needs her own. But I did like I love Trina and Ava's relationship. She's really her second mom.
I've always loved their relationship, even when Sydney played Trina. Like
Yes.
it was it's just beautiful. Is they have wonderful chemistry with each other.
They really, really do. They
I
just
got
work
some
really well. And like when I saw Myra West, she had nothing but great things to say about Signy and Tabby. So like, oh man, it's like just great. But just their relationships. And also Myra West is just an amazing actress.
yeah.
Like, so yeah. But it just feels like, you know, when she's in scenes with Ava again, it makes her a little bit more like, you know, back in the day Trina in some instance. Because I really do feel like they have changed her character so much, the way that they're writing her, and also just like the disregard of Taggart is just too much for me
Mhm.
personally.
You
And
see
that's
the
why oftentimes I
realness.
check out.
You see the realness come back when she's in scenes with Mara. Ava.
Exactly, exactly.
I
But
appreciate
GH will always be on my hit list for how to. I cringe still when she calls Curtis dad. It's too soon. It's too soon. We didn't even see the build up for it. Like it's just really really crazy. But yeah. So also we had the kissing cousins, bruh. GH
that.
is gaslighting us.
We got that man trying to convince everybody that he's doing a school project to find out more about Charlotte here. You trying to find out how far along the line are y'all related. That's what you
Yeah.
sitting there trying to do. Then you go into your grandmama. She ain't making it no better. She said the only relation that y'all have, no baby,
Yep.
you related to her too. Did you forget?
Yes.
Y'all are all
Yes.
related. Everybody is related.
Like, are we being so freaking for real right now? And they did not want to state one, they refused to say the word cousins. I peeped that. And
Mm.
two, like on top of that, they refused to. They you saw how they skated around like Mykonos and Victor being brothers. They didn't say that either. They was talking about the great great grandfather or some mess like that. I was like, we not freaking stupid. And I feel like with
They trying
GH,
to get it off of us.
oh,
They trying to throw us off. Nah, baby, y'all throwing yourselves off. This ain't no history education for us.
eh,
Did we know? We was
we
there.
know we not new to this. We true to
We was
this.
there. We was there. That's not what happened. That's
That is
not what
not what
happened. And
happened.
then Jason's sitting there quiet, just looking.
Do 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 like.
And y'all know I've been over it because I went back and I remembered who you were. And I speak that you remember where you leaving now. So I don't know. We don't even know. You gonna leave and then he gonna date his cousin.
It,
Like Alexis ain't gonna be able to handle everybody. Like
oh my
she's
God, yeah,
tired.
she already trying to keep Scout. Lord Jesus,
How she gonna keep both of them? Jason just gonna be thinking when he take these hiatuses. This is not the time. This is
now
not
you
the
don't be
time.
thinking. It
How she
really, really
supposed to get
isn't.
custody of Scout and Danny, and they not supposed to be near each other?
It's just in I. It's just insane. I just literally couldn't believe how bad they were trying to gaslight the entire situation. The
Like is
entire situation.
Danny just gonna stay at the Quartermain house and he gonna date his cousin and they
And
gonna
everything's
ride
gonna be okay.
horses and motorcycles and oh I just we just gonna act like it's not happening.
Just, you
Like
know, don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't exist
and
because
then Jake gonna come back 20 years from now.
basically, bro, you was dating the girl for her. Like, you dated my girl that I dated before you. Like, what's going on here? Like, and it was craziest to me. People were up in arms about the fact that Jake used to call Laura grandma, you know, grandma, and like that's literally and Charlotte is Laura's granddaughter. But y'all don't take issue with Danny and Charlotte being together. You guys are weird for that. It's worse. Like it's extremely worse. Like and I feel like and I don't know this to be true. This is why I feel like GH went back and did some blocking to include those scenes because they know that they was getting their ass lighted up. When I tell you everywhere, everywhere from TikTok to Twitter to Instagram, light. I don't know about Facebook because I ain't on there. But, of course, you had a few scragglers like, oh, woo, woo. No, it's nasty. I don't care. Somebody had the
Yeah.
audacity to say on TikTok, now y'all guys need to let it go. And I just said, no. Like, no. Get off the soap virus page. I said what I said. It's nasty. They're cousins. And you guys are nasty for even going along with it. Like,
We
what?
just went along with it if we gonna be honest about it. Like I
Yes.
don't know.
Creepiness. Also I think Lucas has finally figured out that what's that boy name? Sidwell was it Marco? That his name?
Marco.
Thank you.
Marco.
Uh, out here doing something he don't got no business doing and actually is aligned with his father, which we all knew. And then the last but not least, Maxie has finally woken up. Maxinista, okay? She look kind of refreshed. I ain't gonna hold you.
Standing at the door like she ain't been asleep. Somebody
Word.
guess she was being a parent. You wake up being a parent.
Wake up being a parent. And Georgia is the one that should have been with Danny, I'm just saying. But anyways, back to the main topic of concern.
That was okay, all right.
Can you imagine a Scorpio child with Scorpio Jones child with a freaking Morgan Quartermaine Cassadine? It wrote itself. You know what? Is there anything else we got for General House?
I ain't got nothing else for General Hospital. They still general.
For
Doing
real.
for Young and the Restless. Because I feel restless with Young and the Restless.
Restless but sure ain't young. We actually like watched it, y'all. So like we actually watched it. So basically Mariah and Dominic, they find them. I just feel like Cameron Grimes, no matter the material she's given, she's gonna try her best to elevate it, and she really does, along with like Sharon Case. I did
Mhm.
feel like the story did move fast and slow at the same time. And also that nobody cared that Dominic was missing. It's always like in passing conversation, like, oh my goodness, so what's going on with Dominic? Like,
How
have you
about
heard
he's still with
anything?
Mariah? He's still with Mariah. What you mean he's still with Mariah? Like he took on vacation or something. He's talking about I thought the game was gonna be over by now. Like he just
Yo,
said his
he
face
was so
like thought it was
mad.
gonna
He's
be
like,
over.
I'm ready to go home.
I'm like, your parents don't want you there anymore. Like,
He's like, they don't no, see, I didn't mean
all
it
right,
like that.
now y'all lying.
Bro, oh my goodness. So yeah, she got her health issues, her that concern. I do feel like unfortunately this is Young and the Restless chick. They always like to make their women characters unfortunately have a mental break instead of like really digging into the character development and giving them something that they could sink their teeth into. There's so many different stories
Yeah,
that Mariah could have had. Like I really wanted
yeah.
to see her adopt a storyline and maybe the mother grappling with the decision of giving up Arya, or even the father, the biological father, coming back and contesting it. Like things like that and like seeing it through would have been great. This right here
Yeah,
didn't necessarily hit for me.
I agree. I,
It's bummer. Also, so Phyllis wound up taking complete control over Newman. She double crossed Kane, chloroformed him, and was able to transfer everything over, which Billy knew about and had his hand into as well. And Victoria is steaming and basically threatens to turn his children against him. And also Sally is not here for it either. Oh, did you see too when Diane went off. Okay, when
what
it
day was that? I gotta go back.
oh my goodness, what day was it? I think it was probably like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. So basically, here come Nikki and with Jack, and Jack is just consoling constantly. And you could tell she didn't like it. So Nikki was like, how he's like, well, I'm gonna go. This was cute. Peace out. So she left. So they had their sparring, and she was just like, nothing's gonna change with, Victor and Nikki. And that she's like, I'm annoyed that every time she comes here, she manipulates you and she uses your affection and how you care for her, to kind of get what she wants. And she's like, and she's not gonna do anything to change the situation that we're in. And Diane was making some good points, and I couldn't hold it. I was just like, this kind of got you there. But those were some really good scenes. I think that Susan Walters is she's a real soap actress too. Like she can make things pop. So can Peter Bergen. So like it was good. So yeah, I would say like definitely see that again. Oh my goodness. So it is still Black History Month as well. But I just wanted to ask you, and I know this is on the spot. It's on the spot for me as well. I didn't have a chance to figure out who I would say. Do you have, because I know we talked about favorite black couples, favorite black families. So this week I wanted to ask, do you have any favorite black character?
Mm, current or like
It could be anytime.
past?
Yeah, yeah, I'll put it on the spot with this one.
Yeah. I really used to mess with Evangeline back in the day. I just loved her silk press. Like her silk press used to be like you could tell she wrapped her hair. Like I just really like that.
On point.
As a kid, when you pay attention to TV
Yes.
representation, this is the stuff you look at, right? This
Word.
show.
She was on point.
Um, yeah, like I just like the whole like law enforcement thing, I
Hmm.
always thought she had like a fan partner.
And she
Yeah.
always stayed in it. She always had a partner, like a male partner
Yeah.
counterpoint. All the men always wanted Evangeline.
They really wanted her. Like I remember that stuff as a kid. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would say Evangeline from back in the day. One Life to Live. With those.
Yep. And it's crazy that you said One Life to Live because I was gonna say RJ Gannon. And I always felt like RJ Gannon was such an underrated
Yeah.
talent.
RJ with the locks. Come
Yes.
on.
When did you ever really see black men with locks on, soap operas, especially like in the
Yeah.
90s? That's something that you would just see out in the street. I'm from Elizabeth, Newark is around the corner. So like it's just like seeing that, I was like, oh wow. And then I just also like he was just a very stern in what he talked about. He didn't care. He was flippant, always dressed in a suit, and he was a fine man. And also, I think his name is Timothy Strickland in real life. They say he is one of the most generous, kind men that you will ever meet in your lifetime. So hopefully one day I will see him in New York somewhere. So oh God. All right, guys. And with that, we are ending our episode of the Soapwire Podcast brought to you by the TVK. Please be sure to check us out on social media. If you look on TikTok, we are soap_wire or soap.wire. Instagram is soap.wire or soap_wire. Sorry, yeah, I forgot today. It's a lot going on. Also on Blue Sky, it is just soapwire, no dot, and also no underscore. If you're looking for me, TikTok, it is lady 2Ys_ASA312. Also on Instagram and Twitter, it is lady 2Ys_ASA. No 312 at all. And on Blue Sky, it is no underscore ASA. Me?
Instagram, Neen_Amanda, Neen_ the therapist. Twitter, Kiss My _Neen. Blue Sky, Neen Amanda, no underscore, no nothing. TikTok, Neen_Amanda.
And with that, everyone, thank you so much for joining the Soapwire Podcast. And we appreciate you. Check us out every Wednesday morning, unless we have some other things going on. We might be a little bit late sometimes, but we'll always let you know. And with that, thank you so much for joining us. See you later. Bye.